Just like actually see what I'm doing. Yeah. Versus one of those.
Oh yeah. Wow, this is so much better. So I actually know it's recording.
Look at you. It's.
All right, we're gonna do
It only took us like how many episodes?
This is episode 18, 17? I don't even know. Oh my God, is it?
We're on number 20. So if we're on episode 11 right now, like that's 9 weeks from now.
No, it's good though because I'll be gone for a week next week. I'll be gone for 2 weeks, September, October timeframe. So
yeah, and this is technically only season 1.
Right. So like each season's a year, right? So once we hit 52 episodes, then once we hit 52, then we don't record for a while. Yeah.
We are.
What's
we
your,
are.
what's your Instagram again?
_MVEE photography.
What's your Vero?
Michael Villanueva. Because there's not another Michael Villanueva in this world.
I already follow you. I was trying to look you over there the other day again. I was like, I don't remember his name. I was like, Mike, and like all these 90 million mics come up.
Yeah, of course. That's the running joke. There's a lot of mics in this freaking world.
There's 5 mics in this room right now.
Yeah. You're so funny.
This is gonna be a good one.
Good thing I'm recording already. Cut that clip out and use that as our intro. Hey, look, there's 5 mics in the room. Ha 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 ha.
It's actually that's pretty
funny.
solid. That joke. Yeah.
Oh, you hit the right one too.
There we go. Right? There's
Coming up.
and then there's I'm sure this one will. No, God, not that one.
That's the one where you look. There we go. Yeah.
So if a joke doesn't hit, yeah.
Got it.
Dude, I want the cat.
I do. Yeah, but she wanted to get out so bad after like 10 minutes last time.
Oh, that's true. She's like, it's too hot in here.
You just got the is it Mr. Evil going on sitting here and
Yes. Mr. Biggles slow turn in the chair. I've been waiting for you.
That's funny.
Our guests get to do the honorary clap for his sinking. So
this class.
yep, one clap. Nailed it. Yeah.
That's an old school way of
Old school
syncing
way,
video,
yeah.
but now you can sync it like regular, so that's
It gives a little peak mark for him when he puts the Are you're still using DaVinci, right?
heck yeah.
I just swapped over to DaVinci.
From
It's
Premiere?
insane, bro.
Yeah.
I
It
told
is
Bryce
insane.
to do it. He's like, no, I'm too comfortable with Premiere. I can't do it.
I mean, I was
Get outta
still
here.
just getting into Premiere, but I mean the price alone. And
Free.
then- well, no, I bought the.
Oh, you bought DaVinci Pro? This guy.
Still worth it.
Does wifey
Because
know?
I think it's one time too, right? It's a one-time
it's
payment?
a one time
Yeah.
forever, and they provide you updates. But like shooting
is dope.
Sony and S-Log 310-bit, I couldn't get it up without converting it like through some other app.
True.
See, because we record in 8. So that makes sense, yeah. The
And
R5
then-
does 10 and does 12, which is
That's insane.
I did that, and then I got the Phantom LUTs.
Oh,
So I help
nice.
myself out with that color grading.
yeah.
So I have a bunch of stuff I need to edit right now.
Color grading. I haven't dipped too much into yet. I'm not really. Oh yeah, we should.
There's
we
a
should,
whole
we
thing
should, we
about
should
it,
record
yeah.
this.
Patrick, party of 2.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Sweet. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever applies to you guys. This is your host DJ, 35mm Life, and my co-host Mike.
Hi.
Hi.
I could not think of anything else besides.
Oh, we should have waited. Yeah.
That's
Next episode,
fine.
we're going. He's trying to say hi from like different countries.
Yeah, I need to look it up again, but I'll just say hi.
Just a list of like all the highs in the world.
Yeah, I gotta go down and make the list. Done Japanese. I haven't even done Hawaiian yet. Okay, next
Oh
one.
wow, that's surprising. All right. Well,
Unless I have,
and-
I don't know. We're too many episodes in.
20. This is 20. We have a very special guest today, Patrick. Super good guy. You want Patrick or Pat?
Patrick's fine.
Patrick, perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
His socials, amazing photography, will be on this episode as well underneath. I'll get that stuff from you so we can put it in there. And from what I heard from you, you have questions for us just like we have questions for you.
Oh yeah.
That's very exciting.
Oh yeah. Always trying to learn and better yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
It came in old school with a whole notebook and everything, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh dang, he's got notes. That's crazy."
And I wouldn't be
love
surprised.
it.
Do you have one of the all other pens too?
I do.
Yep.
Comes with it. I can write in the
so
rain, the
sick.
dirt, whatever. I mean,
They're so
it's-
dope.
I got for job. I also brought a couple. Get out of here.
Or stickers?
Yeah, a couple stickers from my
Stickers.
work. Somehow it's sticking in there.
They're good stickers.
That's the point.
So,
Oh, thank you. Oh, first
Yeah.
gifts, first question. Oh my
Yeah, this is
goodness,
awesome.
this is awesome. I have a perfect spot for it actually.
These are super cool.
So when my laptop got
Oh yeah.
when my laptop got robbed, they took off this little front end sticker that was a Yeti
I think
from Oakland.
I think you
I mean,
and I
Oregon.
I think we decided that they did that to make sure it was a Mac, even though you could very obviously tell it's a Mac without
Yep.
that sticker.
Yep.
Yeah, people are weird. But I'm glad you got it back. Have you ever had anything stolen from you?
I don't think so. We were talking about on the way here because I had my camera in my back of my car from work. I shot some stuff today, and I was like thinking, I've had too much good luck too long with like photography gear and gear in general. I was like, let me take it aside and not run that risk.
Smart.
That's very smart.
So he's like, what's the address? And I was like, it's kind of not hard to find, but like the GPS doesn't take you to the right spot, unfortunately.
Right.
So I was like, old school MapQuest, like, oh, make it right here, left here. So I walked him in. He's like, hey, I'm at the corner of Eureka and 7th. I was like, perfect. And I came around the corner, and there was a Subaru there and like a white questionable van with tinted windows and no license plates.
I saw that.
And I was like, I really hope he's in the Subaru.
That's the Dirty Mike van. You know, I
Oh, it is.
going in there.
Hey, it's Dirty Mike in the
Give 3
voice. For sure.
knocks.
Another Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another Mike.
Yeah.
Many Mikes in this world.
Yeah, another Subaru guy. This guy in his Tacoma or Tundra, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fancy.
That's right.
Fancy
I'll let it slide. I have a thing with Tacomas because at my work, all the guys seem to have Tacomas. Every time we have someone check in, I swear it's a Tacoma. I'm just like, you guys just stop. Because they're always like, hey, bro, you got Tacoma too? Yeah, I got the TR. And they get into that talk.
The
I'm just
TRD
like,
talk.
man.
Yeah, it's
It's like Subarus and the WRX STI talks, though.
I mean, you're not wrong. Because like when I pulled up to Nissan, when I applied for the job there, and the owner came out, or the manager came out, and he's like, I almost didn't hire you because you showed up in a Subaru. I was like, that's fair. I genuinely thought about borrowing a friend of mine's Nissan to drive up and get out into it. Yeah.
It makes sense.
But now
Well,
they're
what
trying
kind
to
of
sell me.
Nissan was it?
It was a Rogue.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Wasn't
wasn't.
standard.
But I do like the Armadas. I don't get paid. Well, I do actually. I get paid by Nissan.
You get paid by Nissan?
Yeah, never mind.
Don't lie.
By the Armada. Yeah, mention me. The Armadas are nice though.
Yeah, not bad.
No, it's not a Tundra.
It's no Tundra. That's a big boy car
I'll keep
for little people.
I'll keep the Subaru. What do you guys? You have another car too, right?
No, just the Subaru.
Sub? Nice.
Yeah, my wife has a Subaru as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been great this winter we had. Like the amount of snow, and I work up in Bridgeport, California, and record snow, and that thing didn't get stuck. It got me everywhere, even with balding tires. Like it was a beast.
Damn, I'm bowling tires.
I could fit half a cord of wood in it if I put the seats down and stack the wood from bottom to top, front to back, including the passenger seat.
Yeah,
I could fit half a cord of wood.
That's dope.
sick.
Yeah.
A lot of people complain about the snow and driving on the road, and man's put it on hard mode.
Yeah,
Balding
Bald
tires
tires.
and stuff.
Oh yeah, like
Nice.
a couple years before getting here, if I was in a storm, like I was driving through Yellowstone once, and like the snow starts, and you start freaking out. Now I'm to the point where I'm in a whiteout blizzard. Like I have like 2 feet of visibility, and you almost run just like your running lights, and like no care in the world.
Yeah.
I'm just blasting music. Like
Oh yeah,
you just don't care. You get used to it.
I love it. I've like in my car right now. I can go camping for about a week with the stuff that's in my car right now. I just want to have a change of clothes, fishing and stuff like that. First aid kits, survival kits, axe, all that kind of stuff.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
'cause, especially for like that whole thing. Like if you're driving through like Yosemite or whatever, that would be terrifying if that happened.
right.
Just not because I'm afraid I'm gonna get stuck, but I know there's places I'm supposed to be. And there's not a lot of reception in the middle of that place too.
True.
So
No, there's not at all.
He was just here on the map. He's gone.
Do you know how many missing people? Like people go missing in national parks.
Oh, it's insane.
A lot.
There's there's a
insane.
lot of YouTube series on it. I love watching them. It's crazy. Or people like in hunting parties just walking through it, and then somehow like the 4th old man like disappears, and there's no trace. There's no nothing. Like it happens all the time.
Bigfoot, man.
You're just like in a row of 4 people, and then you look back. There's only 2. You're like,
As
what happened?
realistically how it happens. Like you listen to it, there's a lot of cases like that.
It's crazy.
That's so scary.
Hawaii has a ton of them because there's so many parks there, and they're huge, untouched like land, all man-made trails and stuff. And you had slip off the hill, creek, cliff, whatever, just gone. There's tons of stories. But I'm sure if you watch the YouTube stuff, I'm sure they've talked about the Hawaii ones in there too.
Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah.
Yep.
And then here, people get lost, but we have abandoned mine shafts, so that's usually the first place.
We have a big lake.
several. Do you remember? So real quick, where were you born?
I was actually born in California, but I was raised in Washington State.
Oh, okay. But you're pretty familiar with this part of Nevada, obviously, right?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So growing up here like I did, I'm sure you heard about this, but there was this humongous rumor going around that there was a guy that was out at Pyramid, fell off his boat and drowned, unfortunately. But they know he was there. That's where he drowned. But they found his body washed up on the shore in Tahoe. So the rumor for the longest time was that there was an underground tributary which doesn't make sense because obviously Tahoe is much higher than Pyramid, so there's no way the water would go up. There's all these like weird like science. People were trying to put like weird science, spins on it. Like it's like siphoning. No, it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was weird, but they for the longest time they definitely thought there was a tributary connecting the two,
which is insane.
which is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
People just don't understand geological nature and
Right.
how everything flows.
I'll admit I still looked it up though. You know what I mean? Not like I don't feel like I'm stupid, but I'm definitely not the smartest person in the world.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me
He's just
educate myself
he's just a salmon that wants to swim upstream.
all day just to get caught by a bear right before I get to where I was supposed to have sex. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you, Rosa. Bear. Yeah, that would suck.
Oh God, I started turkey hunting this year,
Oh, nice.
and my first second turkey I shot, that happened. We were watching it breed the hens, and while it was breeding the hens, we were stalking through the grass. We were crawling through the grass, my partner and myself.
Oh my god.
And he got done, and they were napping. I got within range and smoked him. Like he just got done breeding all the hens. Like, hey, that's the way to go out,
I was about to ask, did you let him finish at least? Like,
Yeah, he did, because
That's good.
there's no way you can shoot him like that, So he at least got finished and did it, and then smoked him. And then
That's the way to go.
the toms are like the males who breed. The tom who replaced that tom in that pack, a week later, I came back and shot him almost the same exact way. We were looking at, we were looking at all over the area. My buddy, he's pretty much like a guide without being a guide. He's awesome. But he took me, I went back and I was like, I want to check this area. He's like, yeah, I checked the area. I went and checked it, and almost the same exact setup. He's down there. I crawled the same path through the grass. I almost set up exactly the same group of hens. So I was like, man, that group of hens just knows me. Like I'm the brown devil to them. Like they have to hate me.
the whole time I just picture this thing like turkey's done doing the deed, pulls out a cigarette. Patrick comes around the bush. He's like, what's up, man? What's up, dude? You have a good time? Yeah, man. Cool.
Down. Yeah. Yeah, it's really how it went.
Oh, that's funny. See, did you hear that rumor though?
Yeah, I did.
When you heard, yeah, that's crazy.
There's a lot of rumors about Pyramid Lake and just the crap that goes on.
I'm actually fishing there this Saturday, so cool.
Are you doing the ladder fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't tried that yet. I want to try it though. One of my really close friends who's also assisting on a lot of my shoots, her boyfriend does fishing guided tours, takes people around. And Pyramid was one of the places that he started to go, but he said that the natives raised the price of guiding substantially, like very, very high. So he couldn't do it anymore. And he's doing it in other places now. And I made the joke to her when she told me about that. I was like, it's probably because they just want, they want to do it. Like it's their land. They should be able to do it. And she's like, yeah, probably. And then like less than a month later, it was on the newspaper. Like it was like in the front page, like, this lady was like the first female native fishing guide in Pyramid Lake area. And I was like, called it.
Yo, it's like Pyramid Lake's like Disneyland to fishermen. Like everyone knows where it's at. Everyone wants to go. They have the biggest cutthroat in the world there, the Lahat. And so like they control it, and it makes sense because there's giant fish out there.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do?
I want to go. I bought several day use passes, and then every time I buy one to go, something comes up and I can't use it.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's only like what, like $23 or something. It's like 17.
I don't remember.
It's a very weird number.
I'll know Saturday when I go. And it's my first actual like fly fishing trip too.
Nice.
This happens to be like the world's biggest cutthroat. Like what a way to figure it out,
Yep.
So we'll see.
That's
dope. Some
Some lady just caught it's on hold as the world record for the largest largemouth bass as well.
Really?
I didn't check. I didn't have the weight on there. I should have looked, but I think it's because it was unofficial. But I'm definitely. I want to see how big that thing. I saw the picture, but I want to see how much it actually weighs.
I think it was like Colorado or somewhere. Someone just got they think the potentially world record lake trout, and I think it's like 76 pounds.
Oh my
Like
God.
it looks like a pig with like fins, and you're just like, what?
That's like a baby halibut size right there. That's insane.
and get
Gotta
that
be
bad
good
boy
food,
in.
though.
Ooh,
Yeah, can't catch release that.
no.
Something you should know about me.
Yeah.
When I talk about things and I get excited, not only do I use my hands, but I tend to talk really fast.
Oh, same.
And in my head, like I'm going at a normal rate of speed. I think you can understand it. And it's a really bad thing I have because I instruct as well. I know you talk a little fast too, and I do, but like we're going at normal speed for us. So for the listeners, you might want to play this back at a slower speed.
Yeah, play it at 0.75.
Yeah.
Most people will speed it up, like, to get through a book or like through a podcast or something. If you do that to me, yeah, I'm going to be Donnie
really
from Wild Thornberries over here.
It's like Rap God by Eminem.
Yeah. That's realistically how it is.
So my dad keeps me humble in that regard. My mom can understand how I talk as fast as I do because I feel like I'm talking slow right now. So when my dad listens to the episode, he's like, you need to slow down more. I'm like, how much slower can I possibly get? But he's literally like my speed limit tester. But I listened to some of our episodes, like our first episodes, and I think it was just nerves, and I talked really fast. Aaron countered me though because he's very
Aaron talks very slow.
Yeah,
which is fine.
And so I've never done anything like this before. So how long I thought about like intros, like what am I going to say? Am I going to try to be funny or witty and so like it comes and you just feel like nerves going. You're just like, adrenaline. Hi.
It's Mike.
Hey. It's me. Hi.
It's a me, Mike.
It's a me. Oh no.
That would be good. Oh,
side note, that was a great movie.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Peaches.
I
did watch Dungeons and Dragons,
thing I know.
and I wanted to see that one next. But Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is coming out too.
It's already
It's out.
It is out? Yeah. So
I've heard
behind.
I heard everyone that I know that's seen it said it's amazing. But like they had like low box office like grossing income or whatever. I think it's just people are starting to die off the MCU universe a little bit.
Marvel's starting to kind of take that downfall.
Mm-hmm. Which is really surprising because I believe they just started casting for the next generation essentially of the MCU.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but then you see the DC movies that are coming out, and you're like, they're starting to step their game up just a tad.
Yeah, the
just
Flash movie,
the Flash one looks really good.
The retro Batman, it's gonna be really good. I'm excited about that.
They're doing the whole like. There's a lot of brands out there who like used to not be good. Like remember like Champion growing up. Champion used to like not be a good brand, and then now it's huge.
Now it's great.
It's huge, and like you can't afford it. Like what? Like Kia, Hyundai did it. Now it's like DC was like, what's the joke? And then they're now like, wait, what just happened?
Right. They set their game up.
You know, brand I'm glad didn't do that. Starter.
Nike.
Not
Nike. I was gonna say. I was gonna say the other N for camera brands.
Ew. Why would you even? That's a swear word in here.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't say the actual one.
Ew.
I know the N word is like taken out of context. Like
we don't say Nikon in here.
We don't say Nikon in here.
Let's just clarify Nikon.
Yeah.
Don't say
very
N-word.
important. Yeah.
I was like, whoa, we're about to be canceled here, guys.
Wait, what was the YouTube kid like? The first what was it 10
seconds that we
seconds
can't swear.
You can't swear. Not that we're in this for the money, but I do still try to follow the rules in that regard. Because I think trying to think of we've had a couple of guests that have definitely sworn more than we do too.
Oh yeah, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle for sure. Yeah,
I can generally turn it off pretty well, but being military, like it's just how you talk. It's you use this word, they're filler words, they're angry, happiness, everything. But I'm fairly decent at it. Sometimes it may slip up, so I'll try to hold my tongue.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll forgive you.
I do the same thing. And we don't mind swearing and stuff like that. I mean, if people don't like it, they can. I mean, it is marked on the podcast too. Like
the explicit E.
Explicit, yeah. So, but I figure as long as we're not being like directly cruel to anybody. My mom's definitely listened to a couple. The real third episode that we haven't released. My mom is not gonna like that one. At least
have you not released?
There's some stuff that's said in there that could.
There's something specifically that happened in there that's not good. It's absolutely hilarious. It's amazing content, but we just can't release it right now. So, but I'll tell you all about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
On our break. Yeah.
This isn't come out like 10 years down the road and you guys are super big and like the next, like great podcast, like a Rogan or something, and then be like, this is just going to cancel you, like those politicians that come out with like, some like bad choice Halloween costume they did like 10 years ago or when it was acceptable, bad humor. Yeah.
If we release an episode that is not on Monday, like if we release like a random episode on like Thursday or Friday, that's the episode. Because we talked about it. I was like, if X or XYZ happens, it's coming out that day. And he's like, perfect. I was like, cool.
Sick.
Yeah. But I'll tell you about it. I'm trying. This mic is it's like slowly sliding down as we talk. I'm not really sure.
You already leaned forward enough, anyways.
My scoliosis.
Your hunchback.
Great movie.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Now that the intro is very long and we're pretty much done with that part, you had questions for us, and we have questions for you.
Actually, to first start out, since we're a photo podcast, what do you shoot with?
Yes.
What brand are you? Loyalties.
Sony.
Say the right thing. Yeah.
Sony. Yeah, I shoot Sony A7 IV. I've had that now like 3 or 4 months, and before that I was on the A7 R2, which I still have. I still like to use that for like macro stuff because I still like a lot of herpetology and stuff like that, and like bugs and stuff. And so those extra megapixels come in handy for that. So I got my dual bodies right now.
Are you mostly a videographer, photographer? What do you normally like to do?
Photography. I've always been a photographer, but I'm slowly getting into videography, which is one of the reasons I bought the A7 IV versus the R4. R4 would be nice, extra megapixels, you know, for wildlife because it's hard to get up on some of this stuff. But I wanted to shoot a little bit of both. And then now I'm like slowly starting to go towards video. And the reason for that being is I want to get more into storytelling.
Nice.
And there's just a lot in the world to show. And sometimes it's hard to do with photos.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, it is.
I love a good, clean, crispy photo, you know, whatever you're shooting. It's cool and all, but sometimes like it's just hard to tell a story with that other than that cool photo, you know? Like with wildlife, I put a photo of like a great horned owl out there. Cool. It took me 1.5 years out here to actually get that bird and get that footage like that. And, you know, I got some really cool footage at night of it, the moon behind it, you know, like clouds rolling. After like 1.5 years of searching for that animal, it flew into my front yard and got into my tree. And it was going like, you know, hooting, you know, late at night. And I was on the phone with my wife. I was like, oh my God, there's a great horned owl. And I ran out there and got it, you know, like that kind of story. Like you wouldn't know. And it's hard to put it, you know, on Instagram and like a caption, no one's really going to read it. So
Right. Yeah.
like, there's just like so much stuff I want to tell.
Yeah. Video is definitely a way to go for that. There's a lot of people on even like TikTok that make like these little 30-second videos about like finding like a fox with its, you know, are they puppies? Are they pups? The kids, the
Kits.
baby kits? Yeah, kits. Like laying around playing in the snow, and like you get really cool stuff. Like for me to take that picture, I would have to take a burst of like 1,000 pictures to find one good picture, and then you have this just constant golden goodness in a video.
There's just so much that goes into like making those shots happen, or cool backstory relates like to your relatives or whatever it is. And then my grandfather, who passed away, I think 4 or 5 years ago, he was prior Navy veteran as well, and he told me a lot of stories I don't think he told anyone else. You know, kind of bonded with me, and I was like, man, I have these stories, and if I don't tell them, like no one else is ever going to hear this.
Yeah.
And being in the military, you hear a lot of guys have crazy, awesome experiences and wild experiences, and like I want to document that, put it out there, and you know, for people's families as well, and memories, or there's just like so much out there I just want to document, you know.
And I think that's a cool thing too, like with wildlife photography for sure, because you have to find like that specific time, or you're gonna go multiple days to get the perfect shot. So trying to document one photo over multiple days or even a year, like you're gonna have to be like, this is day 65 out of 365 of me trying to capture this perfect photo. So that's really one good way to tell that story for sure.
And that's a good point. I say wildlife photography is like the definition of insanity, right? So insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results.
Right.
I've spent so many days getting up at like 4 a.m. going to the same area. Like you do the research, you know the time of year, you know the habitat, you look at the terrain, you look at lunar phases, like everything that goes into it tells you this animal should be in this area around this time. You see the tracks and everything, and then day after day after day you go and you just don't see it. And then one day your friend's driving home from work. He's like, hey man, I saw the gray fox. Like I've been looking for it for so long. Or like the stuff like that. It's just,
thanks for slapping me in the face.
Look at this picture I took with my iPhone of the fox you've been looking for 16 years.
It really happened. I've been looking for it. And we had one on our base, and it was living in the haystack. And I had put my trail cam up there to try to figure out what time of day it was coming out. I am out there like early. I'm out there late, like very obsessive about it. Never got it. And then the next day, those guys at work that knew I was looking for it, and they're like, oh yeah, dude, the fox was like, I saw him like eating a rabbit up on the hay bale the other day while I was at work midday on lunch and had my camera. And I was like, dude, you didn't think to tell me?
Right.
Right.
Little professional courtesy.
Right.
Yeah. So that's like wildlife photography is hard in that aspect because like you have to know a lot about those animals.
The patience of it.
Yeah, there are not as many animals in Hawaii as in a lot of other places. They have their few. But there's definitely, they're lacking in the diversity. There's still a few that are very hard to find. The owl shot that I got, we went over there. I went to the Big Island like 4 or 5 times over the course of about 2 years to find like the shot that I really wanted. Kept missing. And I knew the time of day. I saw them all the time. I just tried to get the pictures and just, it wasn't working out. And then we stopped on the side of the road on the way to the airport. The last of our 4 days that we were there, me and a buddy and his wife, and because we saw an owl like doing its route,
Mm-hmm.
and it would come around and then it would dive down into the bushes and it would pop up and it would look around and then it would come back up and fly and do another lap and then do it over and over again. And I was like, dude, this is perfect. And my buddy's like, our flight leaves in an hour. And I was like, I live here now. Like I'm here until I get this picture. Like I can't miss this because it was all hit on like grass in the background. Finally got him. Wings spread right before he dove, like exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Golden hour. The lighting was perfect. Yeah, I mean, like you said, you wait there forever looking for this kind of stuff in it, but it's worth it. And wildlife photographers, I think, are wildly underrated for a lot of people as far as like the research and the preparation and stuff that goes into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, wildly underrated.
I've had people tell me like, oh man, you got the best luck in the world, and it like angers me. Like, dude, you don't know how much
planning, right,
and money and gas and this efforts and making my wife mad because I get obsessive with it. Like how much went into it to get that one shot.
Yeah,
I got a really awesome shot this winter of a bobcat, and he had a ground squirrel in his mouth. He was like eating it.
Nice.
I got extremely lucky with that too. But like just putting the time in, and eventually, like it'll pay out. Hopefully, the guy's just like, yeah, man, he's lucked out. I was like, dude, that is not the case at all.
There are definitely some moments where you will luck out.
Oh,
like
100%.
Not to bring up Peter McKinnon again, but in his
Every
recent
episode.
video where he shot that eagle when he's on
Yeah.
the boat, but he got it out of focus and he's like, oh shoot, I have to take this into AI and generate it to be super
Better.
sharp and
Well, and
make
Bryce
it
did
way
the same
better.
thing with the whale.
Bryce did the same
Same
thing with
thing.
the whale. So you do have the moments of luck, but if you're like a full-time wildlife photographer, you do have to like plan your trips out. You have to get up early, sacrifice a lot of your time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of planning that goes behind it.
Because I
Worth it.
like to shoot a lot of like herpetology too.
Mm-hmm.
So you're tracking like snakes and amphibians and all that stuff, right? The weird creepy crawlies. I like to shoot a lot of that. So I kind of got started with when I lived in Okinawa. So out here, there's species like I have like a book and species like a list. I want to do the red diamondbacks. I had to drive down to San Bernardino. For me, it was like a 6 or 7 hour drive. Like I slept in my car and did that, or I went to like Death Valley looking for sidewinders, like going super early, putting in the research, sleeping in my car, not sleeping, like all that kind of stuff. Like you just don't see that. And I find it rewarding. There's like no money in it, but
I mean, it takes that one print or that one shot to just like blow up, and then you just never know. Could definitely happen.
it can, but
Yeah.
I'm super bad about it.
It's like going back and forth in the focus. I don't know if it's affecting anything. It's still grabbing his eye, but okay.
Yeah, you're
Right.
fine.
Sidetracking.
Sidetrack
learning as
because
we go.
this is the first time we have our we're looking at our faces.
Yeah, we keep
Had a
having the
brilliant
panel,
idea, yeah.
we keep having the screens pointed backwards like somebody's back there shooting. We should be looking at it so we can
Yeah.
make sure we're recording.
It's totally fine.
We're still learning. I those kind of journeys and stuff are always really fun, and that's why, again, not to talk about him again, but like Peter McKinnon's money shot, he went to Banff many times, and just happened like on a whim, was like, you know what, the weather looks perfect, I'm going, and just dropped everything and went. And I think that's great, and that kind of stuff is cool. But especially when you're doing like videography and stuff, like to document your process, and then bam, there's the money shot, like the whole reason you went there. Yeah, I love watching those kind of videos.
It's so cool.
I love like watching those videos. Like what people are passionate about stuff, it shows.
Oh yeah,
And it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you have like passion in it, like I love that kind of stuff. I feed off that. It inspires me, I keep friends around me like that because of that reason. Like I just love that stuff.
oh yeah, no, I'd fully agree.
Right.
That's why, and then when that's why you were the first person I reached out to co-host the podcast with me too. 'Cause he came in the store all the time when I was there. Just that's how you and I met too. And just hit it off immediately. And then immediately after we were like, oh, he's pretty cool, and he's pretty cool, and he's like, my stuff got stolen, and then it got like real dark and real sad, and then but we got it back. Well, got that back.
Got this
In the
back.
car.
New camera.
Do you still have the
A
car?
lot of. I got
Brian
the
hit you up for the car?
Integra. Oh no, he doesn't.
I told
want
him.
it. I know.
I don't. Yeah.
He's like, if I had the money, if I didn't buy a new car, I would totally buy that from you. Like, yeah, I know.
It's
Oh well, it is what it is.
You'll
But yeah,
learn.
I remember when I first went into the store and he's like, "Oh, you got your stuff stolen? Oh, here's a free camera back."
Yeah, I was like, here, man, just start.
I know it's not
felt
Sony,
bad.
but it's a Canon.
yeah.
I still have
those-
it.
those
I have
little
it
sling
right there.
bags?
It's right there.
Oh, you do still have it? Yeah, look
Yeah.
at that thing.
Still use
Remember
it.
those? Yeah, Canon gave the store those a lot of them, and they're like, "You're just giving to people." We're like, "Okay,
Thanks.
bag. You look like a bag." And you came in. You were buying some stuff for a trip, right?
I bought the A74 first.
right.
But yeah, I was getting ready to go to Spain.
That's right. Yep, Spain.
I think that's about the time I bought it. I bought that and like the Sigma 24 to 70.
Yeah.
And then when I came back from Spain, I bought a 35 for some concert photography.
Sigma or Sony?
For what?
The 35.
There's 35 G Master.
35,
Yeah.
yeah.
35 Prime. The 1.4, 1.8.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought this 24 to 70 GM2 right here. Aaron, me, George, and everybody in the store really. Sorry, we're trying to compare everything as far as like because I love Sigma. If I'm not shooting like native glass, I love Sigma. But the G Master Series glass is amazing. It's lightweight. It's super good. And Sigma's usually heavier just because it's made really well, but it's heavy because of the glass, of course. So we did a lot of testing between the 35 1.2 from Sigma and their 1.8 and then Sony's as well, their 2 versions. And it was very, very difficult to choose between. I still ended up buying the 1.8 though.
Yeah.
The Sigma just because I wanted to. Plus, Sony's the only company out right now that has released the proprietary mounting system to third-party companies. So Tamron and Sigma can make lenses that go directly on.
They have all those E-mount lenses, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love Sigma glass. Oh, so good. Tamron glass is not bad either.
No,
for the price.
Tamron's really.
I have a Tamron, like 17 to 24.
Yeah.
As I ship off the side, I was shooting out Yosemite Half Dome from that. What's that real famous road? I call it the bridge. Glacier Road.
Oh, okay.
You know, that S-curve shot. A super cool shot there. I just got done with our Marine Corps class I went through. You know, they teach you how to like climb in there. And I saw this rock and I was like, I'm going to free climb that rock and get this angle that nobody has. And I did. And then I was trying to swap out stuff. I had my tripod up and I was here. Crash. And it's like, and the lens like shipped off. I mean, it's fine, but I just can't put a lens hood on it right now, or I can't put like a filter on it.
It still works.
It still works.
Yeah, it's totally fine. That's a solid landscape range right there too.
And I'll have to show you guys the shot later. The shot came out pretty decent. I like it. It's an interesting angle. So
awesome. Yeah. This mastermind over here. If you have any pictures that you're talking about, and we send them to him, he can put them up on the video so we can.
Oh,
fancy.
Yeah. Okay.
Fancy.
I'll show you the photo that almost cost me a lens.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll send you the owl picture too.
Yeah.
And then any of the other pictures. Yeah. People. I think we've been following each other on Instagram for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Super, super good stuff. If you guys get a chance to check them out, you absolutely should. Same with Mike's stuff. Super good. And I think you're going to get a kick out of the episode we did with the episodes. We did 2 with him, with Kyle, right?
With Kyle, yeah, we did 2.
Because he does a lot of rock climbing. Like him and his girlfriend, that's what they live for. He has a podcast, a very, very well off podcast. He's built it from the ground up, did an amazing job. They have only people that come on there for speaking are like fellow climbers.
Okay.
And all their stories and stuff.
Really cool.
It's been going on for a while. I think a couple of years, I think he said. Over 150,000 downloads. Like super, super good. But his episodes can go up to like 3 hours.
We kept going. We're like, this is very long for it's only like 45 minutes.
We're like, how long has it been? 10 minutes. Dang. 33 minutes already. Yeah.
Went by fast, right? It's crazy.
It's impressive. But his episodes go really, really long. And we're like, ours is going to be a little shorter. He's like, okay. So, but yeah, I think
we did 2 episodes. We might have done just one.
Sure we did.
I think.
Oh, no, we did just do one.
Yeah, it was
we
like
did one with us
Wednesday
before.
Off day.
Right.
Yeah.
We're losing track.
It's okay.
Cool. Yeah. If we got, we're limited on time. What you want to know? I got you.
No, we're good.
We're
good. Yeah,
we're good.
We've been creeping up on the 50-minute to an hour the last couple episodes. So.
Okay.
Which is good. Yeah.
As long as it's good with you.
Oh yeah. I have. Yeah.
That just means
I've shot many genres and had a lot of experiences and lived in Japan 5 years. So
I'm so jealous.
Oh,
that's why I was like, hey, I got some stuff for you.
Which you're gonna be really mad at me in a second. So my girlfriend and I, we plan one big trip every year.
Mm-hmm.
We do several smaller trips, one big trip. This year it's we're going to Mexico for my first time, and then later on this year we're going to Hawaii for her first time.
Okay.
Next year we were originally planning for Italy, but we changed that. And because I texted her today, I was like, "Hey, since you picked Hawaii, can we switch it so we can go to Japan next year?" And she's like, "Yeah," without hesitation.
Dang.
So, but here's the reason. Here's the reason I'm going to Japan next year. One, it's number 1 on my list of places to go. I've always loved the culture, language, the food, the people, everything. Architecture, I love it. Landscape. There is an huge anime convention there because that's where it comes from, Japan. I'm a huge nerd and a weeb like that. I was super excited. All of her kids love anime too. So I was like, hey, we
Dope.
should go to Japan. That's how I spun it. I was like, if we go to Japan, we get to go to this anime convention with another buddy of mine and his friend, and you can bring back gifts for your kids that nobody else in their school is going to have. And for kids, that's huge.
So jealous.
And she was like, yes. And I was like, perfect. So I'm going to Japan next year.
Where's it
Tokyo?
at?
What's that?
Where's it at?
I don't know the details.
Yeah.
My buddy
Probably
literally was
somewhere.
like,
I'm
there's
thinking Tokyo.
He's like anime convention. Can you go? I was like, I have to ask. But yeah, she didn't hesitate. So
So sick.
Yeah.
gonna be awesome. I'm
find
gonna
out-
be hitting you up for some questions.
Yeah, find out where it's at. But I mean, most anything out there is ran by train system.
Yeah.
And Google Maps, even when it actually works really well, if you put where you're going to want to go, it'll tell you which lines. There's a color lines. It'll tell you where to go, where to get off, and where to walk to, and all that kind of
That's
stuff.
smart.
So from there, you can go to like Kyoto and Nara, like all these really cool.
And I think the
places with a lot
passes
of
too are
history.
like what
That's awesome.
$200 for like a whole week pass or whatever.
Or for the train?
There's
passes?
some pass.
You pay. Yeah,
pricing,
you
yeah.
can either like pay for X amount, or you can get like the whatever pass. I don't remember right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's okay. I'll give you time. You have about a year to remember some stuff. A year and a half.
Oh yeah. I'll definitely. Yeah. There's so many beautiful places out there.
Oh,
Did you ever
I
get
can't wait.
Japanned out? Because like my friend's been in Japan for 5 years teaching, and he's like, I'm so done with Japan. So it's like 5 years teaching over there, and he's like, I kind of want to just move back to the States.
There's a lot to do out there and a lot of diversity. But for like myself, last time I lived in Okinawa, Japan, it's like a tropical island. It's basically like I compare it to like the Hawaii of Japan.
Yeah.
Where mainland Japan's very like, everyone's on time, business and rail cars. And Okinawa, it's very laid back and chill, and places are open till later in the day. But I got island fever because I'm always out. I'm always out adventuring. I'm always out doing things. I knew like everywhere on the island. I'm in the water, on land. And when COVID hit, we couldn't travel anymore. So I couldn't travel back up to like mainland Japan. I couldn't go to all these places were cheap to travel to from there, like Indonesia and Bali. So I got island fever pretty bad.
I mean, how big is Okinawa though? Like,
If you drive from top to bottom, I think it's like 3 or 4 hours.
oh, okay, yeah, that's
It's
just
a
like
little bigger. It's like 3 times bigger than Hawaii
yeah.
or Oahu.
The big, like you drive around the big island. Well, you can't drive around the whole island because the roads are closed. But it would take about 3 hours of traffic. So, but still, that's around, not from north to south. So that's pretty
There's
cool.
still a
though.
lot to do, and the ocean's amazing and beautiful, crystal blue waters. The people are amazing people. The food's great. Like it's an amazing place. I made memories I'll never forget.
Yeah, I'm excited to go back. The biggest thing I'm trying to figure out for her and I right now is the best way to have our phones working there without paying trillions of dollars. But that way we can have like Google Maps still have a phone number.
The translations.
Yeah, because as long as we have Wi-Fi, we can just message people through that. Like we don't have to have a phone number technically, but
It depends on what phone service you had. I had AT&T then. They had a Japan add-on line. I think they paid like $10 more or something. I got full service there because you'll run off like some of their cell phone towers. So it really just depends on who you have.
the same number, is there roaming or
It was same. I had an American number. Everything worked fine.
no roaming,
That's
no
cool.
like long distance or whatever? Cool. Well, that's perfect because I have AT&T and I don't know if she does. I have to
I
ask
want
her.
to ask.
But we can use my phone. So
I think AT&T works. I know my wife had it, so you just have to look into like their Japan plan. It is great, even if like you don't know any Japanese at all. The people there are so amazing.
They're so
Their
nice,
customer service is amazing, and you can get by. They'll do everything they can to help you, or like I point a lot.
yeah.
One of the things I learned, like with a lot of the foreign exchange students at the university, like if you tried, they'll help you out.
Oh yeah,
Like they're not like French people.
I was gonna say that, but yeah.
Complete
we'll get to that
opposites.
one.
Yeah, we won't get into that, but like
How do you not know where you are going? You chose to come here. Like, okay, I'm sorry.
nice.
I like your mustache. Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, but the Japanese are so nice, and I'm so jealous that you're going.
I was in mainland Japan in 2010 or 11 when they had the earthquake, the 9.0. I was there for that one. At the time, I was stationed like hours south of Tokyo. But when I was leaving out of there, I got to go on leave around that time, and I was in the airport. I met a guy from LA, their global search and rescue, like their captain. I was talking with him. He was telling me he was up there in the carnage, or he's like, it was just bodily recoveries at that point, unfortunately. But he was saying like the people were so nice and lined up for like hours just to get a single cigarette, and everyone's helping each other out and helping the firefighters. He responded to also to like the Louisiana area and all that with Katrina, and he went over to I think what island it was. They got hit really hard. Haiti.
Oh, Haiti got hit really,
when
really
they were
bad,
like people were stealing our equipment, like ransacking. It was utter chaos. Like,
we,
just the difference in like the culture in Japan that everyone's so respectful.
Yes, it was when if I remember right, when after Haiti hit, the military went over their first responders and helped out as much as we could too. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I've been in a lot of places for my military career too, and I think the most probably like respectful other than Hawaii, obviously, Germany. The Germans are very, very friendly. If you speak a little bit of German, they love you because there's not a lot of people that go out of the way to learn German.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go up to a bar and you speak German and they know you're obviously not German, but you speak a little German, you're their best friend. Like there was nights that I didn't pay for a single drink just because I said one German phrase to somebody. Like if I bumped into somebody, like I bumped into this lady at a club on accident and I knocked her drink down. Like I didn't see her. I wasn't drunk. It's just really dark and I'm blind. But I turned around and I hit her and she dropped her drink and I was like, and I said, oh, Entschuldigung Sie. And the Z part is very formal. It's what you say to like your parents and your grandparents and stuff. And she was like, is that what's cute? Say it again. And I did. and she's like, oh, so cute. Yes. And then she bought me drinks. And then yeah, it was great. Like she had a boyfriend. Her boyfriend was there. And he's like, yeah, it was really, I don't know. They've never met an American. I don't know. They had to have. But yeah, it was really cool. And so same with Japan. I think I've noticed a lot of videos. People go there when they speak Japanese, when they're American, and their faces light up and they get super happy about it. And I think that's really cool.
I had a funny experience. I used to get down video games. I think one of the Call of Duties, I don't remember which one it was, but it was Battlefield. It was a Battlefield. Nice. And you play on those servers, you play, on the Japanese servers. So I have my mic on and I'm playing. I can't understand them. They can't understand me. But that all you hear is, hey, go. Like, and we're having a good time. And like they're yelling words. Like I'm assuming it was like revive me because I was playing as a medic. Yeah. And, I would, like, if I messed up, our dad would be like, oh, gomen nasai. And they'd be like, ha, 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 gomen nasai. Because like American is slow. Like, I was dying. I was like drinking beers. And like, it was the funniest thing. So they just get making fun of me. And I'm not used to that as an American like that. And I was dying.
That's super funny.
They're great people. So I got heavily I used to live on it's called the Seawall. I lived like right next to the ocean. Right, it was a really good like surfing spot. And so I started getting photography. I started getting like surf photography, and like all the locals and they're all killing it because that's all they do. When they get into like whatever hobby they're doing or profession, like they do that really well. Yeah. But we got to know a couple of them, like Instagrams and stuff. We can't talk the language, but we communicate with emojis. So the guy would send me like the surfer emoji with the camera and then like a clock question mark, like come shoot. And it's funny, we'd go out and see each other and be like, oh, I'm so happy because I know them, they know me. We don't know what they're saying. And then they go out and I take photos and send it to them. And that's how I started growing a little bit out there. I got in good with the surfing community, even though like, I don't know what they're saying. They don't know what I'm saying, but it was cool.
But they like your pictures.
Yeah, exactly.
See, photography is a universal language.
It is.
I love it. And videography.
Yeah.
Video goes. I almost pointed to that camera. You can't even see me. Videos.
Point to the off camera.
Yeah. So, what got you into photography? Like, what made you? And you were talking about your grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're like, what really pushed you? And you're like, okay, I want to do like this.
So I grew up in Washington State, like Pacific Northwest, like forests and trees and all that. But I really grew up liking like watching Steve Irwin and the Pratt brothers, and like I always wanted like to go to those tropical places. I loved animal shows. I just love animals. So it was like an escape for me, I guess. Always loved it. National Geographic. I always have all the magazines, all that, and it was something I was super into. Later on in my life, I got into like reptiles. I used to like, poison dart frogs and all that crazy stuff, and I thought it was cool. And I always kind of like liked photography, never really did it. And then traveling with the military, I was like, I should really be documenting what I'm doing. So there's always something I wanted to do. I just never really did. While in Okinawa, Japan, one of my friends, Kimmy, she used to do all like portrait works and stuff. So she'd use me to like work on her stuff. I was like, oh, this is cool. And I'd model a little bit for her. I was super awkward because I'm a guy and I don't know what to do. She
like,
made me
look.
look.
What do I do with my hands?
She made me look good. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I kind of want to start doing this. And then I picked up a Sony A6000.
Nice.
Started messing around a little bit. You say that, but I didn't really know what I was doing. And I went to mainland Japan with my wife and went to Kyoto and stuff. I'll have to show you those photos. Yeah. But I didn't know what I was doing. I was on the P mode. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I looked out. It was just so beautiful. Some of them looked pretty cool. Didn't know what I was doing. I got back and started like looking into it, my friend. And then for whatever reason, I sold it real quick and bought a Nikon D like 7000 or something. Which
downgrade.
It was very user friendly and I actually got a lot of good shots out of it. So that was my interaction with Nikon. And I started getting into wildlife because like I'm in Okinawa, Japan. I can't bring back any animals. Plus, you know, my wife wasn't really into it. We were living together. I think we were dating at the time. And I was like, I get it. So I started going out and looking for animals. And I started photographing them. And that's what really got me back like going into the photography. You know, I was like, oh, this is awesome. I get to document this. I get to do it. I had a good mentor out there. He'd worked for like Nat Geo before and shot for some stuff.
Oh, dope.
So I could go out with him and learn. I got another buddy, Xavier. He did a lot of that too. Made some really good friends. There's a really good community, like the herpers out there, herpetology. So I roll with those guys. And then from there, like, you know, like everyone kind of does, you start running through like niches and cool stuff. And you have to do like the wire whisk, you know, like there's stuff you have to, like stuff you have to do. Like you're watching
steel wool. Yeah.
Steel wool. Yeah. Cause you're watching like, you know, YouTube, like cool tips and tricks. And there's like, oh, that's so cool. Or like, one, like, you know, take the light bulb, turn off the lights, put it on top of an iPad, it'll reflect the colors on it. Like all that kind of stuff, you know. I started taking photos of my wife, it's a portrait, got into the street a little bit, like all this stuff. I was just like, this is so cool. You start getting into it and it started growing from there.
That's awesome. That's super good. Wife is a natural model, by the way. Very pretty lady. Doesn't look very awkward in front of the camera. Super awesome. Yeah, that's cool. And you, she's away right now, right? Like on for work or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gotta be hard. I mean, you know, my girlfriend lives 6 hours from here, 6.5 hours. Well, depending on driving. Yeah. I can make it in 5.5.
So my wife's Air
We've
Force.
made it in 5.5
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Bakersfield 5.5. You take I-5 straight shot.
All day.
All day.
Horrible drive though.
It's
Beautiful drive.
Yeah.
I try to avoid the Sacramento area as much as I can. I hate Sacramento. I'm sorry if you live there, but no, I'm not really sorry. It's boring.
Yeah, so my wife, we met in Okinawa when she's Air Force. Unfortunately, she's in Omaha, Nebraska right now. Until like a little over a year from now, we'll find out where we're going to go together and be stationed together again. But yeah, this is awesome. It, you know, works on your wife's pretty and makes it easy. Yeah. And I forced her to do it. And, you know, she helped me out a lot in the beginning, figuring things out and very supportive. We go out looking for 3 a.m. and we're looking for a frog. She was great. And she was there and holding flashlights and looking out for me. You know, a lot of hard lessons to learn in wildlife photography. You know, we were looking for frogs. I see this frog. I'm so dead set, like narrow-minded, like tunnel vision. I'm getting this frog. What I don't see, like a foot from the frog, is a habu snake, which is a venomous snake, who was hunting the frog, and I don't see it because I'm so locked on wanting to get that frog. My wife's like, hey, there's a habu right there. And that happened all the time. So those were like hard lessons learned. So luckily she was there to help me out with that and everything.
That's such a photographer theme, though. We get tunnel visioned on our vision.
Yes.
Like our photo vision that we want to see.
It happens when I'm editing too.
Oh yeah.
Like when I'm super focused on editing, like even at Nissan, when I'm editing the pictures I took in the day, like I'll be focused because I you know, it's not difficult, but there's a lot of pictures to go through. Like today I shot like 200 something pictures and like 9 cars in about 2 hours. And I was just, and like 2 people came in and like started talking to me and I was just still going and they're like, hey, oh, hey, hi, hi, hey, working. Yeah. Feel bad, but editing the video, like those videos that I made before, that was a whole new level of focus because I was just trying not to make it look bad because I was going to show it to George because George is like the video god to me. And I was like, hey, look at this horrible thing that I made. He's like, oh, it's not bad. You're learning. And I was like, you're just being nice. I appreciate it.
It's not bad. You're learning.
Yeah, it's not
learning. That means it's pretty bad for his.
I remember my first video. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's worked on Netflix, like, so I can't, I'm never going to like show him something, be like, oh, that's bro. Like, that's not going to happen. But
that's money.
It's a good goal to have.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard. So you, and you've been doing, so you just started getting into videography as well, right?
Correct.
Cool. So like last year, 2 years?
I said the last year I started taking it more serious. Now taking videos here and there, just nothing too serious. But now that I'm like really getting into it and learning all about it. And then there's so much more that goes into video, obviously, like what format you're shooting in, all that, your frame rates, you know, the lighting. And then from there, like your B-roll, what are you shooting? What's the story you're trying to tell? Are you just trying to make something viral or a dumb video or something like that? So like me, I want to do more storytelling. So right now I'm pretty focused on like learning storytelling aspects and like how to deliver a story, you know? So there's just like so much thought process going into it and so much to learn. And then from there, like if you're editing too, like there's so much to learn in editing.
Oh yeah. Tons.
Editing, color grading, and then like even splicing those clips together to make the story flow evenly. That's like one of the things for weddings that I find really hard is like getting a story to flow evenly. Like you don't want too much in this section, or you'll have like a whole reception ceremony, and then there's like a little bit from the actual ceremony.
Right. Like
Just
the
like
same
this-
exact backdrop.
yeah.
And
There's like not enough balance. So like trying to plan all that out too. If you're going in wildlife, like what B-roll am I gonna get? Am I gonna be setting up like my tent and campfire? Like what am I gonna do? How do I make this look different from every other videographer? How about color grading wise? Like am I shooting S-Log, and what LUTs am I gonna use? Like there's
Exactly.
so much to go into it.
There's this whole art of storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, and I was talking to someone that's helping me out a little bit. I was picking his brain. He's a VP of like the social media of a high company. I'm not gonna name drop, but super cool dude. And no, I was like, hey man, like, you know, what can I do to stay competitive? Like, I want to do this. I have a passion, this kind of stuff. And he was just, you know, telling me like, you don't necessarily have to go get a degree anymore. He's like, he did I can't remember the YouTuber anymore. Real famous YouTuber. He used to have a class. So you take a class and like part of like you have to like do storytelling. It was more focused on the storytelling. You put the project in there that people would help you and stuff. It's gonna kill me until I remember this guy's name. Super, not Peter McKinnon, but super successful white guy.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find it. He had this whole series on it. You know, he grew super fast. Like people like put like business models after him, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah,
So
we'll find it in.
yeah. Oh yeah.
mention
So
it, yeah.
I went into Skillshare and started learning like Skillshare, like the storytelling. So like right now, like yeah, I'm always like learning like video stuff and how to do it, but I'm just, hey, how do I tell the story of this? What I really want to do is break into like the hunting and fishing videos, or some like the bigger like, gun companies and stuff like that, or military stuff. So I'm trying to go that route. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm already thinking storylines, you know, like they've been wanting to like hunt this animal for so long, the prep work, you know, planning it out. There's like looking at maps, the drive out. They're like, there's so much that goes into it, and people just normally show, hey, here's me holding up a cool fish or, you know, animal or whatever.
right.
So I just want to. That's the world I want to get into.
So I think you
Something
can
way
do it, man.
different from the vlog world, but like the creative aspect of like storytelling. Because like you can definitely tell a story through like a vlog and like personal, like, hey, this is like what is it, Blair Witch Project kind of
Oh, the
storytelling.
found footage type
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
so scared right now.
yeah, all those detailed plan shots, like the drive out, like if you have a drone following you and all that. Like I'm already picturing it in my head too. I'm like, damn, how would you plan that out? It's kind of nuts.
I love the photography is really timeless for most people. Like I love video games. I still play video games to this day a lot. But I do know there's going to be a time that's going to get there where like the only games that I'll be able to play are like story games. Like my reactions won't be fast enough to play competitively or anything like that. I know that's going to come. But photography, I just need a tripod in my camera and I can shoot. I mean, I'll even when I retire, I'm still going to go out and shoot all the time.
Even with your shaky hands, the image
Oh, dude,
stabilization, it'll be like this.
Get tripods for you, yeah.
It'd be so good. Well, that's what an assistant's for. Tilt the camera back 5 degrees. Change these settings.
Please
Shaking.
help. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had those days. I need help. I need
Yeah.
an adultier adult.
We were up in Tahoe like this yesterday, being a Monday, and it was like freezing and windy.
Oh,
We were up on Cave Rock, and we're just like, this is so hard to shoot. My hands are freezing cold.
You're up there, Bryce, you said, right?
With Bryce, yeah.
Without me.
Sorry. I didn't even consider.
I thought we were friends. I really thought we were like becoming friends.
We were
you
getting
know?
there. This is my last episode on the
Just
podcast.
gonna mute you
Bye,
now.
guys.
And he's muted.
Yeah.
What if I was just like screaming at that moment and they
It's
just
so
peeked
funny. It
at
just
it?
picks up on the other two mics.
The cold, like that's such a major thing, especially with like this year we had, like
Oh,
the
man.
shaking
Gosh.
or even wanting to shoot or get your equipment out. And a lot of people don't realize when you shoot in environments like that, you just can't shove your camera like back into your coat or to your
Yep.
bag because you'll get the condensation.
Yep.
Yep.
And it can freeze. It can
Your
mess up
battery goes
equipment.
faster. The charge doesn't hold the charge as long. And from my experience too, this winter being as difficult as it was very difficult for me to not find. There's plenty of people to find, but it was difficult for me to book sessions because it was so cold. It was so snowy. The weather
Right.
was so unpredictable. Nobody wanted to go out and do anything. And I get it. Like I don't blame anybody for that. But I was ready. Like I had my snow pants. I was like, we'll go take pictures right now. Like it could be anything. But yeah, and then what happened? It snowed again last week, right?
I love it.
And I'm down with it too. But I was because I have a motorcycle. I'm trying to ride my motorcycle every day if I can to put miles on it. But I
Snow.
won't ride if it's under 50 degrees. I won't really ride. Like I have the stuff to do it to ride when it's cold. It's just not comfortable. It's just freezing.
Right.
Because even 50 miles an hour, it's 70 miles. Like 50 degrees is 70 miles an hour is like 32 degrees to me when I'm riding.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh yeah, and I have no fairing on the front of my bike, so it's just constant wind. I'm full Sons of Anarchy when I ride, just no cares. But yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna look back and miss this though in like 2 months when it hits like 103 degrees.
Like, oh, I wish it was cold again.
You can feel the heat coming off your motor. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wish it was like 30 degrees in May again.
Take me back.
Is this one of those things where like you envision yourself like you're Sons of Anarchy, but people see you going by like wild hogs?
Oh no, exactly. Like people, I'm sure because I have like long hair. You can see the beard sticking at the bottom of my helmet. You can see my hair coming out of the back. I'm very obviously a guy, but I'm sure, and the tattoos and everything. And they're like, oh, I bet he's listening to like Iron Maiden or something really bikery, and I'm listening to Katy Perry.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
Some fireworks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, dang it, I can't remember the song. I have it on my phone. I have a whole playlist, and she's on there. And a lot of it is like rock and stuff, and then it's Katy Perry.
I can't hear Katy Perry without thinking about the movie The Interview.
Yeah.
He's getting the interview with Dave Skylark.
Yeah.
He's like, do you ever feel? He's like a plastic bag. Yeah. He says, crying, F you, Dave. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies ever.
Dark Horse. That's a song.
Dark
that's on
Horse,
there.
Yeah.
And you know, the only reason I have that on there is because I saw a video years ago when I was in Hawaii. I had a street bike, and there was this this lady that was doing like stunt videos, and she was really, really good. I've never been into stunting. If I've dropped my bike one time, not this one, my old one, and it was in my front yard. The grass was more wet than I thought. Pulled up on the driveway and lightly set it down, and I felt bad enough for that. So if I'm doing like stunts like she was, and I like 35 on a drop a bike, I'm just gonna cry myself to sleep for weeks. So I don't. But she made these really cool videos, and that was the backup song. So the way my mind works, especially like when I watch movies, if I hear that song, that's what I see too. So I was like, that's perfect for maybe not on my sports store that I have now, but yeah. So I'm definitely like a very large teenage child with music when it comes to writing sometimes. And if you see me, like I'll be like headbanging too, like on the road and stuff. I want to get one of those big fuzzy helmets. You seen those? They go over the helmet and it's like Animal or Elmo. Dude, I'm gonna get the Animal one and put it over my helmet. Have you seen those? Dude, it's gonna be awesome. And I just like wave it like all the kids and stuff. It was super cool.
I like, because I have a street bike. I like to go by and act like I'm riding a bicycle.
Kicking your legs.
Kids start laughing and stuff. It's great. It's a great time.
That's adorable.
You have your bike here?
Yeah.
We should go riding.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. Little sports bike and Sportster action.
Oh, yeah.
Ride.
You should get a
sidecar.
Scooter. Yes.
We'll get a sidecar. You can do rolling shots.
I genuinely have always wanted a motorcycle with a sidecar. I really, really have.
I will only agree to this if we listen to Katy Perry the whole time.
You're like, oh no, twist my arm.
Oh no.
Katy Perry, if you ever hear this, I love you. Good music.
Did you see her at the King's inaugural thing?
No.
With the little headpiece and.
Do you know what I know about the King's inaugural speech?
Oh, that he looks like the guy from.
No.
What?
Well, I mean, I know I'm still interested to hear what you're going to say, but that's not what it is.
Oh, I don't know.
So I didn't even know that he was being inaugurated originally. Like,
I didn't either.
It just wasn't really important to me.
It's not.
I'm glad it's happening. Don't get me wrong.
Don't
I get
cancel
a whole
me.
entire country. Well, we have one UK fan, so I'm not trying to piss that person off.
Sorry.
But somebody mowed a dick into the grass.
Oh, I saw that
in the front, and that was, to me, that's what I noticed about it. I was like, wow, and it's detailed, bro. There's testing and everything. Yeah,
I got to look into it. I've seen photography meme pages roasting the guy who shot it.
Really?
Like for the shots, and like I don't know if it's true or not. They were saying like he shot JPEG or something, but like I gotta look into it. I saw it roasting. I didn't care enough to look into it.
Right.
We're about to
America,
go into
we won the war. You know?
We are back-to-back World War champions. By the way,
we're about to go back.
Hey, Queen died, and then we brought the NFL over there, and there was all those fans. Were like, this is the time we take them back. All right.
Hey, it's you know what? It's funny. There's that. Not just that too. Dang it! In the Middle East, they have a whole new golf league too over there, and it rivals ours as far as money. And they actually, I say steal, but that's because I grew up watching. I like golf. I'm lame. Don't judge me. But a lot of the big names went over there to play with them because they offered them massive paychecks, and people are like, oh, they sold out. They're professional athletes. That is their job.
They get the money.
Right. So like if $5 million to them is like minimum wage. You know what I mean? Like you have to pay for that kind of a talent.
I mean, didn't Ronaldo go to like a Middle Eastern team for money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
They pay while they do it, and then there's a lot of like those players who are getting towards the end of their years, and they come back to the U.S. now. We're starting to pay those people out, and it's just kind of like a twilight tour for them to get money. People are going to go see them, and they enjoy it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I love golf. I cannot wait to play again now that it's getting warmer. Do you golf?
No.
Dang it. You do though.
I golf.
I have my clubs in the car. I showed you last time. Didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still there.
I should put
Yeah,
mine on
you
my car, too.
texted me, asked me about clubs, and I was like, dude, how old are you?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
that's right.
You're not that old yet. I say that, and I start fly fishing. Like, it's not any better.
How old are you?
Tiring at 35.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. No, we have, so at my work, he's called the Color Sergeant. We have a guy he's a UK Royal Commando, like a mountain unit.
Oh.
But he's Scottish. So, like, he hates, all the English stuff. It's just hilarious to hear him go off on it.
You ask him about the giant penis
I will.
in the grass. I'm curious what his opinion is going to be.
You probably think it's hilarious. Like, they were happy, like, when the Queen died. Like, like them and, like, Ireland and all that. Like, they were celebrating and stuff. Like, those crazy soccer chants. Like, they were chanting some crazy stuff. I'm like,
that's really funny. That's really
like,
funny.
dang, okay.
Let's not get canceled by our one UK fan. That's going to spread this to everybody in the country.
Hey, you know what? If we got famous because we were trash talking
Thanks.
something like that, man, appreciate it.
Oh, for anyone who doesn't know, because of that, what I do for work.
Yeah.
I work 2 hours up the road at the Mountain Warfare Training Center in Bridgeport, California, the Marine Corps base there. And I'm a Navy corpsman, so I teach mountain medicine up there.
Nice.
So
that makes sense with the sticker that you gave us.
yeah, that's our mountain medicine sticker. Yeah.
So
Zoom in on that, Mike.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks for the post editing.
That's super awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we do a lot of
stick
cool
it right
stuff. Right.
Just put it on the lens.
Yes, I do like we do some of rock climbing out there and high angle rescue and skiing and all the snowshoe stuff. So I've learned a lot of valuable, cool skills that I'm hoping will make me marketable in the outdoor world. Because I can climb.
Definitely.
Probably 100% not as your buddy Kyle, good as him, but I can still climb and I can do all that. And I have wilderness medicine, and so I feel like I have a lot to offer in that world where I'm trying to market myself right now.
You know what you remind me of? You could be like the cameraman for like Bear Grylls.
Oh, I love that.
Have you heard about that guy though?
Mm-mm.
So, and I'm not trying to be sexist. It could be a girl. I don't know. I honestly don't know the person's name, but he requires that his camerawoman, does everything that he does.
Mm-hmm.
Eats the same food, traverses the same terrain, does everything that he does, but while holding the camera, which to me means that the camera person is the badass in that show.
Yeah, because he does the same thing, but he has the equipment and worry about the shots, and there's so much more that goes into it.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, he's had the same camera person for a very long time. So yeah, that to me is always really cool. A lot of times camera people, photographers or videographers, like unsung heroes for things you just don't think about,
No, for real.
Background heroes, yes.
If you watch, like, they have documentaries on how they make the nature documentaries. Like, they were trying to get a shot of a Siberian tiger up in Russia, and the camera guys were living in these little boxes for like 6 months, and you can't like let out a fart because it'll scare away the tiger.
They smell it.
They're pooping in bags and they're eating in there, and they're doing all this stuff. And that's after like a year, they finally got the shot in video, and it was from a camera trap. Like the motion detector. The camera guys out there didn't even get it.
That's elusive. Have you watched Tales by Light on Netflix yet?
No.
So they definitely check it out. I believe it's 2 seasons right now. The first season follows one photographer, usually in 2 to 3 different variations of their shooting. The second season follows multiple photographers in an area, for the most part. But one of my favorite episodes in the first season covers a guy who started taking pictures in, I believe, Tibet with the monks and all that kind of stuff. And he was looking for the snow leopard. And as a wildlife photographer, I've always heard as a snow leopard as being like the holy grail of like wildlife, because they're impossible to shoot. And even if you do see one, they're usually up on a ridge way above you, and they're backlit. It's almost like they do it on purpose. And he had a guide with him, a local, that was showing him around and stuff. And he's like, I've been, if I remember right, it's been a while since I see the episode, but I think he was like, I've been a guide for like, like 10, 15 years or whatever. And he's like, I've seen it twice.
Oh yeah.
And they did see it on the documentary, which I'm sure, again, it took months. It had to have. But yeah, it was backlit. You could see the shape. You could see a little bit of detail, but you couldn't see like it's not the shot, but it's a shot.
It's so killer, yeah.
And it goes back to what Peter McKinnon said, close enough is perfect. I mean, just to see it would be happy enough for me.
Right.
And yeah, it's a crazy experience. That's me mountain lions right now, trying to get shots of mountain lions, and like 99% of the time I won't try to find them because they're so elusive and hard to find, and you're not going to see it unless they want you to see you, and it's probably not a good thing going on.
Right.
But I went to go try fly fishing last Saturday, and I walked into an area, a bunch of like willows down there and stuff, and I see these geese fly out. I was like, okay, whatever, geese flying out. And I'm fishing. I go to walk back out, and I watching the mud where I was stepping. I just happened to notice the geese tracks were there, but there was mountain lion prints over it.
Oh.
And it was just fresh. So like I just watched them fly away. So it's like either A, the mountain lion was already stalking the geese and I scared them away. He just left, or B, came in after me. So I have a trail cam up there right now. And so I had a close encounter of the kitty kind. It almost ended up bad. So luckily it didn't, but
Yeah.
right. It's just kind of like in those pucker moments. You're just like, you're the apex predator. I get it, man. I never saw you. You are the apex. That's cool. I get it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever, so I fish at Frenchman's, and I haven't been to pyramid fish in a long time. And wow, I'm drawing a blank on the name of the other one. It's over by Susanville. Why am I drawing a blank on? I keep wanting to say Tonopah. I know it's not. No. What is that lake? You know what I'm talking about? Driving to California.
The only one in that direction is like Frenchman's. That's the only.
But you go past that.
I'm not too familiar with that area.
I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on this lake. I go there all the time. I want to say it's Antelope Lake.
Okay.
Could be.
But anyway, go up there fishing too. There's bass and all kinds of stuff up there. It's really
Yeah.
But you ever go fishing and you want somebody to go with?
I'll let you know.
Hit me up. I'm down.
Yeah.
Do you fish?
I haven't, but I would love to.
You're going to learn.
I want to learn today, boy.
Hey, you invest about $75 into yourself at Walmart and get yourself a ugly stick with a reel and
You come out with me, I got you. I got equipment.
I only have
Hell
one.
yeah.
I'm selfish. I only have one pole. Sorry.
I'll use your one pool.
You will not. That was a birthday
turns.
present. It's an ugly stick. It's a really nice pole. My favorite. So,
We're at an hour or something.
wow, hour and
Look at
6
that.
minutes. That's
You'll
insane.
ask us questions in the next podcast.
Yeah.
Right? There's like so much stuff too I can talk about. I'm just like, man, like okay.
I usually check like every once in a while just to see. I've only checked twice. Once at 33 minutes and one at an hour and 6. So,
Yeah.
Look at that.
Well, if you guys made it this long, thank you. I'm glad we made it this long. You'll be back next week for another episode, and you have questions for us apparently.
Yeah.
So
You ask your questions, I'll ask my questions, and everything interesting I want to talk about, I can talk about since we didn't get to it this time.
Right.
I already have a title for the videos now that you've said that, so it's perfect.
Sick.
It's not
So-
B Alpha. Drink
No.
Red Bull.
I might. You know what? I still should put that as one of the titles.
That is going to be a title for Kyle's episode, I think.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, it will be.
B
For
Alpha
sure.
Drink Red Bull.
Be alpha, nothing else. Yeah.
There we go.
So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
So wrap up another amazing episode. Again, follow Patrick, or at least check out his work. Support him if you can. Super amazing stuff.
Patrick Party of 2 on Instagram.
Patrick Party of 2.
Yes, sir.
It'll be on there. We'll see you again next week.
Cool.
Later.